Hi there. Nebius has a market opportunity here over $260 billion. Plus, they also own other businesses which might offer another opportunity of about 150 billion. So over 400 billion market opportunity. And if you look at the market cap of Nebius, is only 9.3 billion. So from 9 billion to over 200 billion, let's say 200 billion, you have a big upside. If you look at the current price of $40, market cap 9.3 billion, and compare it to their fundamentals, 2.4 billion in cash, and you also look at the revenue of 100 million for the last 12 months, but be aware that the growth rate was quite high, from 20 million to 117 million. Plus, they expect their annual run rate, the revenue, to be between 500 and 1 billion for 2025. So if Nebius makes 1 billion revenue for 2025, and you also add the growth rate, amazing growth rate, then the stock price is quite cheap, fairly valued, I would say. And if you also look at their market opportunity of over 260 billion, you see a significant opportunity for Nebius. Now, you also have to understand what they do, because if you don't understand, you can't predict the future of this company, the future value, when to sell and when to buy. So far, from its IPO in 2024, at the end of 2024, the stock price has increased by 100%. Why is this? They have huge tailwinds from the AI infrastructure, as they see a significant opportunity to build a leading AI infrastructure player, and most of the stocks in this area have skyrocketed. And Nebius, a company from Netherlands, is taking advantage of this huge opportunity. Now, as I said, you have to understand their main businesses. They have Nebius, their core business, which is focusing on building the AI infrastructure to become a leading player. Then they have another 4 businesses. Toloka, AV Ride, focusing on autonomous driving. 1010 for teaching other people the new skills in this AI industry. And ClickHouse. They said that, as you've seen here, their market opportunity only for Nebius is expected to be over 260 billion, and for the other 4 businesses here, AV Ride, 1010, ClickHouse, and Toloka, to be over 150 billion. Of course, only if they succeed. This is only the total addressable market. They might reach a market share about 10%. That would be around 26 billion revenue if Nebius can do that. And if you have 26 billion revenue, especially in AI, then the market cap is quite cheap. You can have more than double if they succeed. Be aware of this. And also for the other businesses, a market share of 10%, 15 billion. If they can do that. Now, let's look at the main business, Nebius, which has the largest market opportunity, the largest total addressable market. You can see that they build some data centers in Finland. They also have other centers in Paris and other hubs around the world in the US and Europe, and also London. Partnership with NVIDIA to buy their GPUs, as they are they want to be a leading AI infrastructure. They need a good partnership with NVIDIA so that they can buy their chips. And their customer, Mistral, Recraft, JetBrains. You can see here the compound annual growth rate over 30% a year from 2023 to 2040, which is expected. And the main use of their infrastructure is for training the large language model and inference. They are saying that the data centers are much more efficient. And you see here the ranking: Google Cloud, Azure, Nebius, then Oracle, Alibaba, IBM, and the others. I don't see here Amazon, AWS. Then an advantage for this company is they design, develop, and produce their own servers. Now the question is, what do they mean by server? If only the racks and they assemble some components, then that's okay, but it's not a competitive advantage. So you have to be aware of this. What you see from these images is only assembling the main components, chips, GPUs, and other chips. Here, if you read their key competitive advantages, you understand that they don't have a real competitive advantage. They are saying that sole focus on AI infrastructure, okay, every cloud provider does that. Long-standing collaboration with NVIDIA, same thing. Also the others have collaborations with NVIDIA. And full stack expertise across whole AI infrastructure value chain. Same thing. Also the other cloud providers have full control of their data centers. And they say that they have a strong team with relevant experience for AI industry. They have around 400 AI, ML, software cloud engineers, but also the other companies have the same thing. So from their presentation, I don't see a real competitive advantage. Now let's look to the other slides. And here you have to understand that if you read their comments from the CEO, their main focus is on AI infrastructure to build the clusters with GPUs and attract customers. Now the problem is, you have to understand that there is also competition. There are more companies that do the same thing. And the biggest competition is from hyperscalers, those big cloud providers: Google Cloud, Amazon Cloud, Microsoft Azure, and of course the others. But those three are the largest, the most important. And they really have a competitive advantage. Why is that? You have to ask yourself, why is that? They not only offer infrastructure, AI infrastructure, but they also offer other things. For instance, Google offers its own LLM, large language model, Gemini. Amazon, same thing, their own LLM. Microsoft, same thing, their own LLM. Of course, they have collaboration with OpenAI, that ChatGPT, and they included that technology in their apps, especially Copilot. So these hyperscalers do have an advantage, a competitive advantage, compared with Nebius, which doesn't have so much power. As I said, if you read their key competitive advantages, and if you think about them, if they are really an advantage, you'll find out that they really don't have an advantage. Because all they're saying here, also the other cloud providers have. So there is no difference. And they're saying that Nebius is able to serve a large list of clients, including model builders and generative AI app builders. Now, what they have for the moment, and that's clear, is the infrastructure. They are investing a lot of money in infrastructure. It is little compared to the hyperscalers, but that's their product, their service they offer. Now, they also said that generative AI app builders. Now, if you don't have a good large language model, such as ChatGPT or Gemini, which helps you build those AI apps or any app, then how can you attract more customers to your infrastructure? Google Cloud or Microsoft or Amazon, they don't rely on their infrastructure or on their large scale, only on that. They also add the services, the software services, software as a service. And that's the main advantage. Because if you use the infrastructure from here and try to combine with Microsoft Azure, if you are an engineer, you will face a lot of problems, inconsistency, compatibility issues. And it's hard to switch between two infrastructures and use different services. Every large cloud provider is trying to keep their clients inside their ecosystem. Microsoft is the leader in doing that. So you have to be very careful in understanding the advantage of Nebius. For the moment, what I see is only infrastructure. As long as there is high need for GPUs, they will attract some customers. There is no doubt. But when infrastructure is no longer needed, won't be such a big demand, then Nebius won't be able to sustain their growth rate, their amazing growth rate. So be aware of that. They have some reviews from some customers, Mistral, Genesis Therapeutics, Recraft, and others. Then, as I said, they also have 4 other businesses. And one of them that I see that may have some success to attract new funds is their AV Ride, autonomous driving, focusing on building autonomous vehicles and delivery robots. They said that they offered 47,000 rides so far, and also for robot deliveries, delivered over 200 orders. I don't know how this technology works, if it's better than the others, Waymo and Tesla, but if they can deliver that self-driving system without any assistance, then they may be a big winner in this industry, in this area. But of course, you also have to be aware of competition. So far, the only competitors, the main competitors I see are Waymo, which already has their cars in the US, California, and Tesla, which is expected this year to release their full self-driving system. No assistance. And we have to see their performance, if they can do it. So Nebius, at the current level, if they deliver 1 billion revenue, seems fairly valued. But you also have to ask yourself about their future profitability. There, I can't say that they'll be able to make a profit in the next 5 years. Real profits, not EBITDA. They can only succeed only if they switch from AI infrastructure to software. They build their infrastructure, the data centers, but they also have to offer some software services, software as a service. And second opportunity I see for this company is their autonomous driving. If they can achieve that performance in real world, their cars and robots to be able to drive without any innovation. If they can achieve that, then for sure Nebius will go up more than 9 billion. You can have a 10x. But only if 2 things: autonomous and focusing also on software as a service in the cloud industry, not only infrastructure. So this is my take on Nebius. And if you have other questions, please let me know in the comments.